Peace Let's Talk was started with a lot of experience in the peace building. So when I started Global Peace Let's Talk, it was owing to the fact that even although there are many associations, not many of them are talking enough. And that is why Global Peace is called Global Peace Let's Talk, because it's only if we start communicating and sharing with each other that we're able to find collaboration and purpose and be able to move forward. So I think owing to the COVID, we are definitely, the whole world is talking more, and people are beginning to see things differently. So Global Peace Let's Talk is very focused on gathering this network of people from across the world so that we can look at finding solutions to the greatest ills in our world at the moment. And I think every country is sharing the same challenges and the same levels of poverty. I don't believe there's a country in the world that at the moment is not struggling, trying to build up the economy so that employment can improve. So Global Peace has a very wide purpose, a very focused purpose, a very structured purpose. And even although we knew officially, we only registered Global Peace as an official business in London in February. So from February to now, we've got 1,300 members from across the world. And that is a lot of members. Yes, it's a lot. People are coming to us because the application document to become a member of Global Peace, you need to be working on a project. You must be leading a project and doing something that's giving back to the community. And the fields are so wide because it's with the Sustainable Development Goal. It could be farming, it could be permaculture, it could be women's rights, children's rights. So we've got 12 sections of Sustainable Development Goals. And all our members then link up to one of those chapters. And then the team starts working together to have a look at finding solutions to problems. And unbelievably, it's just taken off. It's so amazing. And people are gathering these little teams that they're talking and they're working together and they're learning. The best part is that they're learning from each other and taking the best of each and seeing if they can harness those skills and those opportunities in their own country, their own communities. So it's very basic stuff. For example, in Africa, we have a very huge refugee camp in a country called Uganda. And Uganda has refugees from all over. And they come there obviously very shattered, very broken. And what happens is that leaders just come, these young people just stand up and they start gathering this little community. And then they start talking to them about empowering them with skills. For example, let's start a bakery. Let's start a bakery so we can teach mothers and daughters and sons to bake, and whatever gets baked can then be sold, and that money can be put back into the community. So it's really basic stuff, but we latch onto those people and we support them and we encourage them and we profile them and we say, well done, that's awesome. And then you find other people that are doing something totally different, teaching women to sew. So again, we support them and we fight to try and get funding to buy sewing machines. So everything has a purpose. Whoever joins our association, they join with a purpose. And then we help them by profiling them onto the website so that they can get the attention. So currently, Global Peace Let's Talk has a leadership. Everybody is volunteers, and the head, the very top of the directors sit from different countries, and they serve on the board. The board is 3 people, all 3 from different countries. And then the directors are all from different countries. And then from there, we have this network of leaders across the world doing what they can. Because peace doesn't come from doing nothing. Peace will only come if you work really hard. You need to be doing something with your hands, with your mind, with your heart together, so that you can lift up the communities that will say, I'm finished, I'm done, my life is over. Your life isn't over. There is something that you can do. You can stand up and you can fight back and you can do something. Even if you have no money and no work, you can work on environmental improvement, because you can clean up the area where you are living, and you can teach children to wash their hands. So as long as people have a purpose, that's where their strength comes from, and their faith that God is watching over them and will help them with the small steps to be able to want to live. Because one of the biggest, and I know many people are agreeing with me, one of the biggest crises that we are going to sit with after COVID is suicide, because suicide is just all over the world. People just give up. They totally just give up, and they are worth nothing. They feel that they've just been treated and left there and nobody cares. And even people that are in upper levels that are working, so many young people are just giving up. And it's becoming a crisis the world over. So we have to change. We have to keep talking about accepting your life and trying to do something good. So it's a passion. Global Peace Let's Talk, it's a passion with our leaders. It's a passion with our members. And the more that the membership is growing, and it's concerning for me, because look, we're only officially in February, March, April, May, and we've already got over 1,000 people. So in the next 3 months, we're going to have 3,000 people. So what are we going to do with the 3,000 people? We gather this army of peace builders across the world. So something else I want to share, which is important to me, that our icon, the icon we use is an eagle, because the eagles fly the highest. They always rise the highest out of all the birds. And they look down and they're able to see what is going on. And then they will go down and they will go and catch that fish that they saw or whatever. They are so precious and so beautiful. And that's what we tell people. Don't look down, look up. Be the eagle. Be the eagle and go as high as you can go. Some people will always be a little bit higher, but don't want to stay at the bottom. Another example, if you're in a building and you've got 6 floors, don't stay on the bottom floor. Press the button and go up to the top floor. Rise yourself. Reach the top. Don't give up. So Global Peace is very, very committed to helping people not to give up, and to carry on with their lives and to be the best that they can be. So yes, we don't have a sponsor. I'm very grateful to Rabia, because Rabia put our website together, and owing to the way that she structured it up to now, has also brought in a lot of members, because they see this and they're inspired and they feel good about it. So I'm extremely grateful to her for her professionalism and her ethics and how strong she has been in support. So that is where we are at the moment. We are busy. We put together a funding committee, and that committee is busy looking at finding what I would call a guardian of peace, to say we will be the guardian for global peace, and we will then sponsor whatever they can sponsor. So that is what we're busy with at the moment. I hope that's clear.
Yeah, it is. Thank you very much, Ma'am NIKI. I've gone through all. One is the proposal, which I have already seen and second are the way you have explained. So let me talk about one thing. There are two things
Okay.
here. One is me myself as individual at the level of being the senator, and as you said that you are looking for some representation, which is definitely all the posts or the responsibilities are on volunteer basis. And on the as I said, as far as my individual capacity is concerned, yes, I can represent your organization at different level. I can be the part of this global peace let's talk, which is already an organization, and I believe you have registered it in North America, Canada, and you are
In London.
sorry,
In London.
in London,
In London.
UK.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is already this organization is already registered in UK, London,
Yes.
as
Yes.
a NGO or NPO, whatever it
It's
is.
a, yeah. Yeah. NPO.
NPO, yeah,
Yeah.
non-profit organization. I know about all the system, and then there is a system that we can move on in different steps. And our target should be, as while talking about the global peace. Global peace is one of our SDGs from United Nations, which is Sustainable Development Goals. And while talking about the Sustainable Development Goals, there is a unilateral system from all over the world, which is being governed and monitored and run by United Nations. So first of all, we should try to move and to take it up to the umbrella of United Nations under this
Yes.
global peace, under this flag of global peace. And then on the other hand, as you said, that we all should appreciate, because Rabia is a blessed child from the God, that God has given her a lot of capabilities which she is using, and as she has done already along with her team, that they have made a platform. And by the use of technology, our priority should be to take on board the people of elite class from all over the world, and especially we should take them on board by showing our activities to them. Then we can have a solid board of directors in which we can decide how to move further. That's first step. Secondly, as I already said, regarding talking about global peace, what I heard that Global Peace International is a forum which is made by United Nations. So we should try to adopt what are their basic guidelines, what are their priorities, what is their structure they have, how we can fulfill all the requirements of UN charter. Under that,
Yes.
this the global peace moves on. So that's what I personally
Yes.
feel. And then on the other hand, what I believe for that matter, yes, we do require the people, the nice elite class people whose representation definitely matter. And on the other hand, as you said, it needs that we should. This is one, the organizational composition according to the sister, that you have given us the guidelines, that we should take it up to the level of UN. So this is what
Yes.
basic thing is.
Yes.
Second thing
Yes.
is that we have to have some working, as you already showed, as you said that you are already in the working of this education upgradation of the children's. So for that matter, we can make our activities more strong, and we can get registered our activities. And through technology, we should take up all the activities in a level where we in at a platform where we can show those activities to all our members, and as well as
Yes.
to the other high ups or those to whom we can join hands together, whether it is
yes,
some already organization which got charter by the United Nations. So this is what the way which I can recommend, I can suggest you. Then over and above, as you said, we being the Digital Pakistan Network, this is also a non-profit organization, NPO, registered here in Pakistan in Islamabad with the SECP, which is again Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan. So that our motive is also, and we are working on the same lines, but not categorically on one issue, which is this global peace. Our motive is the woman through technology. We are going to empower the women empowerment and the youth empowerment. So
yes,
as our this youth empowerment that comes under your charter, under your activities, that we can make join hands with the Digital Pakistan as well. Wherever you want, you can take us as your representative, your collaborative partner, or whatever name you give, doesn't makes any difference. So this is
yes,
what I personally feel up till now, that we can give you the support, we can give you the input from the technology side, which is going to be take care by the Rabia, and on the representation wherever you want. And as you said, this Africa, we do, and it is our national goal as well from this sitting government, that while talking about this African Union, there are 53 countries, I believe, they are a part of
yes,
this African Union, and they are coming up as a strength all over the Africa. Today's Africa
yes,
is altogether different. I have worked on it by
yes,
I got the responsibility from the chairman Senate and our foreign minister to get the updates on this Africa about 3 years back, and 3 consecutive years I worked on it. And there are small countries like Benin and Djibouti and some other as well. They are coming up in a way which is tremendous today, and their youth has already
okay,
turned up. It was so surprising for me that Djibouti got
yes,
about 95% education level, and there are people, they are
yes,
literate almost, and they are heading towards that in Africa, a small country like Djibouti, they are going for 100% education level, and now they are coming up. On the other hand, if we talk about this African Union, so they are so far away than the less developed countries like Pakistan. Whatever we feel that we got a huge manpower strength and altogether the population strength, even then we didn't plan for 2050. While talking about the African Union, they got the plan for 2050. So after keeping these things,
mhm,
yes, there is a big chance to work in Africa, in African small countries. And the best thing is this, that they now they have controlled the today's Africa and African countries. Whatever we are talking about, any country in Africa, they are not like that as they were 30, 40 years back. So now over to you, keeping all these things in mind. If you want to ask me any question, you are welcome, please.
oh gosh, no, that's just so precious. Um, yeah, I'd just maybe just like to come back onto Africa because it's growing. And Africa, the people in Africa are extremely creative, and they love entrepreneurship. Um, and education is always a passion in Africa. They love learning. That's a fact. It's very true. So we've got countries in Kenya that we've been helping for the last month. And the best news about Kenya is that their vision was to build a peace school,
Hmm.
because we're starting to see that education today has lost track. Because what the children need in schools is peace building.
Yeah.
They need to understand what is peace building all about. They need to understand their rights, children rights that come from the United Nations. They have to understand that they have a right to report being abused, a right to report being raped, a right to report not being able to go to school. So what we're saying is that we need, so a peace school would deal with all of that. A peace school would get subject on the right of the child. And a peace school will also help children to understand about the word discrimination and not to be judgmental on other nations. So I want to share one project with you that's part of Global Peace. We have a team in Argentina, and they're heading up the portfolio under education. And this is how it works. The education, the group in Argentina go to schools, and that school then draws a picture from Argentina, a half a picture of something of their custom in Argentina. That same drawing is then sent to Africa and to the connection there. And then the children there look at this and they see all these different things they've never seen before. And then they draw the other half of the page about Africa. And so then you have this page that's shared between the schools. And what's happening between the countries is that these children have an opportunity to communicate. And the children are having an opportunity to ask a lot of questions about customs. What are your customs? What are your traditions? What do you celebrate? What do you call your mother? What do you call your father? Share some words, etc. So what's happening is that the children in Africa, in that school in Pina, are feeling good about the children in Argentina. So immediately, you've broken down the barrier of discrimination and judgment. Immediately. Because the children will go to their parents and say, I love Argentina. This is what I learned about the children. And the same will go for the children in Argentina, talking to their parents. So again, it's about let's talk peace. Again. So Argentina is on this movement across the world with the school children through art and breaking down barriers. So there are so many things that we can do, so many things, so that the world can unite. But it's going to happen through children. And the other thing that we've discovered, that a lot of parents have grown up with certain customs, certain traditions they learned from their parents. And some parents have taught them, said to them, you must never mix with those people. Those are bad people. You must never do that. Never talk to people like that. Do this, do that. So we also need to create in the peace school so parents can come and be part of this so that we can start breaking down all these barriers in society. So the peace schools, it's so exciting because we've also discovered the building that you can build out of plastic. So it's a movement. So we want to build a school out of plastic waste because plastic waste creates incredible jobs. I mean, somebody has to go and collect all the plastic. Somebody has to then do this and somebody has to do that. And then they put it in these machines. I'll send you some pictures. It's amazing. So you can build schools, many schools out of plastic. You can even build houses. So we're protecting the environment. So everything merges. One merges into the other. Education merges into environmental. Environmental merges into another SDG. So at the end of the day, that is what we're looking at, is we've got the different chapters, and how do we then build them across the world?
That's great. That's great. I mean, another thing that I have learned from the UN program, in which they said that the students from the developed world, they should adopt one student from the less developed world or undeveloped world.
Yes.
So
Yes.
make a friendship with them. Then they can say,
Yes.
I am from this developed world, and my one friend, which they can make the friendship through the technology and through our organization. So that
yes,
we can provide them some laptops, some desktops, along with the
yes,
this connection of Wi-Fi, IT
peak school,
connection, and through technology,
yes,
they are becoming
wow,
that we can take very easily.
yes,
That can be very
yes,
easily, and for that matter, there is no need to that we are going to there by ourselves. What I can recommend is, and I got the resources, that we, by using our friends there, our circle of the elite class, from which we can have from their government resources in any part of there where we have we can start with this type of project, that we can adopt
yes,
one school from as and few children from there, and they can have the relationship with the developed world, and they can see, they can talk. Yes, please, kuch kehna cha rahe?
yes, yes,
I think this
wonderful.
is a good point that you're sharing. If
Yeah.
like if there is a connection between the schools from there to here, it will be like one step moving forward. Like there is a way to work together.
So we
I
can
like
do,
this
but
point.
it depends again. It is a small proposal which we can give to your board of directors, and we can let them decide if they really feel yes, we can move for that. And in that, there is no big expense which is needed. Even we can request to the government that we need some schools as and we need few children from there, and we can start it from our circle or in any part of the world where our organization is. And let's say if we have a agreement, and this we can GPLT, we can take this our global peace let's talk organization to Pakistan as with a joint venture with Digital Pakistan. We can make this that by these this collaboration, we have a school in Islamabad where they are having, and even they can donate a few laptops to that school in Africa, and we would be the a bridge between these two organizations, and then it can be a workable project. And by doing that, look, what is our motive, what we are going to do, we are going to adopt, we are going to strengthen the motive, the mission of United Nations. What is that?
Mhm.
That they want a global peace, and input our input in that is that we are creating a linkage between the students of a developed world and a less developed world. They are going to teach them, they are going to make the friendship with them, and by taking them, ultimately we can take them to a developed world, universities, schools, or whatever you say. That is my suggestion.
Oh, that's wonderful. No, I agree with you. Wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Rabia, over to you.
that's awesome.
Okay, so I think we can conclude in that way. Like there is opportunities to work together. The one is like as you were saying, you need the directors and Nikki, you were saying that advisors for the global peace. Let's talk. And I think the suggestion Mrs. Senator gave us, like maybe there is a collaboration between the Digital Pakistan and a global peace. Let's talk. And in that way, let's find out like what we can do and you can do. I think it will be great.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
can conclude this on the paper, and then we come up on the 3 or 2 revision,
Yes.
and then we'll find out
Okay.
that where we can
Okay.
work together.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Thank you very much,
yes,
Senator. Thank you for your time.
ma'am,
Greatly appreciated.
I have one small question, Nikki, that
Yes,
could you
yes.
tell me that already in how many countries you are having your directors or relationship or your committee or whatever you say, or joint venture, whatever you name, anything?
Yeah, I've got in India,
Okay.
and we've got South Africa, and then we've got. I'm just trying to think very quickly now. My type of South Africa, India.
Yeah.
South Africa. Botswana, that's also in
Botswana.
Africa. Jamaica, yeah. And then we've got Jamaica.
Yeah.
Jamaica. She's on the board. We have Botswana and Jamaica. And then we've got one of the board members is in Dubai. So those are the three. There's only those three on the board. And then, yeah, the directors are between India, South Africa, and then Botswana. So, and then Sweden. We've also got Sweden on the board. Yeah. And then the members are from, they're all over. You know, I'll make a list for you, but they right across the world at the moment.
Are they doing all the work independently, or they are working according to the instructions or taking on board the London office?
Yeah, see, because I'm in London, I'm based in London, so I've registered the business here. So basically what happens is we want to open an office in South Africa, because that would be more direct. So we're looking at opening a second office in Africa, and then we want to open a second office somewhere, not here, but in Europe. We've had somebody say, yeah, we must try for Switzerland. So it was just a thought to say we should also open, because Switzerland will be able to have access to many things.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're busy. Like I've said, we're growing so quickly and so fast that we have to now think very. I never knew that it was going to create such a wave of people, and it has. So we have to now think strategically. So what I'll do for you, I'll also send you, and we'll arrange with Rabia, and when you have time that you can speak also directly to the chief director that's based in Africa, because he's put all the strategic objectives and everything they are busy with, so that the organization is very focused on doing whatever needs to be done legally, so that the process conforms to all the regulations, so that we're above board and everything is in the open. That is what I don't want anything not to be on the top, above board, open. So people will be able to know what we're about, what we do, and also the principles that we are working with. So I will send you whatever information you need. If you can just send a message with Rabia, then I will make sure that I send you all of that.
No problem. What I suggest to in the last as my concluding words, that what I can recommend or I can suggest is this: that first, it's better that we can make a joint venture with the Digital Pakistan, as that we organization to organization. Then you can say that you are having relationship with the Digital Pakistan. And second is, as you said, yes, as a volunteer, I love to work, because this is a noble cause. It is something which is needed, and we are doing for our future generation, for the betterment of the kids, especially those who are, we can say that, not as blessed as our children are, and they are from a less developed area. So why not to take them on board and take them at a level where they can also plan their better living, and by doing that we are creating awareness and giving better environment to the youth. And after that, definitely that youth will create an environment for a peaceful living for others as well.
Yes.
So that
I agree with you.
So my request is that you can, as you say, you can propose me any of the assignment, whatever in your mind, along with the one title, whatever you feel like. Then we can move on. And as you said, my request will be, my suggestion would be, then Rabia can arrange a Zoom meeting for all our executives. They are from different countries. Ye likh lena beta. next meeting we can arrange for you, and by technology we can have on board, and we will try to that we should have a fortnightly or monthly meeting in which we can plan that how to move on two subjects. One is the downstream for our working to the children for education, and second is how we can get our target as an affiliated organization with UN.
Yes, yes.
That
Wonderful. Thank
that
you.
would be,
Yeah.
so by doing that we can. And on the other hand, I will try to work out and find out that is there any person representative of UN here in Pakistan who can guide me that what are the basic requirements, how we can get ourselves registered in UN, and how we can work. Ultimately then we will be capable enough to get any type of support or financing or funding, whatever you say, directly from the UN for our this organization in UK. So these are the things. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm really honored. Now Rabia will be in touch with you.
Thank you.
And definitely on the I have a plan to visit UK probably next month. Let the nights are open, and then definitely I'm going to see you, and then we make a program, because before I was going twice or three times in a year to UK, London as well. So I'll start after this corona finish and flights will move on. The word as the word, especially in UK, now the things are better and everything is under control. And I heard that from June onward, they are going to give more relaxation in different things, as they have opened last week. All the restaurants, cafes, bars, they are open in London. So that's good news. Congratulations to you and your all high ups who have done, who have put all the efforts and fight against this corona.
Yes. Thank you. I look forward to that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.